Hi friends, today we're going to make a little patriotic item. It's a little early, it's not quite ready for Independence Day yet, but I was just in the mood. So I'm using mostly items from the Dollar Tree. This is a little teacher sign and it has a slick surface, so I'm kind of scuffing it up with my little gator sander before I paint it. And now I'm painting the frame, and I'll paint the inside over the words too. I'm using white chalk paint from Waverly. Just dabbing it on. The first coat is a little harder because, like I said, it was kind of a slick surface. Now I'm doing the second coat, and I realized that, nope, that's still the first coat. Sorry about that. I'm getting the front of the picture part now. And I realized I needed a littler paintbrush. The dauber wasn't working in most of the places. Getting the inside and the outside of the frame. Getting it coated real well. I'm also got these little round wood tags, and I got these on Amazon, and I'm painting them in the same white chalk paint, using my heat tool to dry them both real quick. If you have a heat tool, great, but if not, a blow dryer works. If you're not pressed for time, just let it air dry. Chalk paint generally dries pretty quick. Now I'm scuffing it up a little bit, just getting some of those edges sanded off. Now I'm going to use my Kiehl's dark sealing wax. Go around all the edges. Had a lot on my little dabber. I had to kind of wipe it off. And the paper I'm going to be using, I got on Temu. It's a set of kind of vintage, rustic looking patriotic papers, and I love them. And it wasn't quite big enough for this area, and so I'll show you what I do. But right here I'm Mod Podging it down, and I did not put a thick enough layer of the Mod Podge, so I struggled here for a minute getting all the excuse me, all the edges and corners to adhere down properly. So I kept having to add a little more Mod Podge in places and press it down and get air bubbles out. I ended up getting it down just fine, but I made it harder than it needed to be. Now I'm putting some Mod Podge on top and really sealing that paper down in there good. And then we'll dry it. And then you can see the white edge all around that paper. So I'm going to use, right there I'm using some plastic just to press it down real good and make sure everything's lying down flat. Using a little piece of plastic there again, that helps a lot. Putting some Mod Podge on the little wooden star that I have, and then some contrasting patriotic paper that I have, and just pressing it down really well. Then drying it completely. Then again, I'll go around all the edges and make a nice smooth edge. These gator sanders are perfect for that. And then once I got that all sanded off, I'll use my Kiehl's dark stain sealing wax again and go around all the edges, a little bit on top just to make it, give it a nice definition, nice edge. Distress it a little bit. I'm going to glue that right in the center of my project. I think that looks so good already. And this is some macrame cord that I have, and I'm going to go around all that inside edge to cover up that white spot. And I have to go around it twice because the rope is not quite thick enough. So I just keep going around until it's got 2 layers, I guess you could say. Just keep gluing a little bit at a time, pressing it in there. Keep going round and round till all 4 sides have the 2 layers. And then the white is completely covered up. And I think this macrame cord just matches the project really well. So I get to the end and clip it off there. Okay, now I've got these 3 little blocks that I also got at Dollar Tree. They come in a set of 3. And I'm going to paint 2 of them blue. And the blue is apple barrel paint. I'm not sure of the color, but it's kind of a navy. And then the red will be crimson chalk paint from Waverly. After I get all 6 sides really well, I'll dry them up. Then I'll sand all 3 and just kind of rough them up a little bit and distress them to match the rest of the project. So now that I've got those painted and distressed, I'm using this little alphabet stencil that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put U on a blue one, S on the red, and then A on the second blue one. I wasn't careful enough and got a little bit of white paint where it shouldn't have been, but I wiped it off, and on this one I got a little worse, and I was able to just kind of sand it off. Easy fix. So this is my base, and I'm going to put a little dot of E6000 in the middle and then hot glue all around. And I'm going to glue those in a tower, going USA, going down. The E6000 just makes it a long, tight, snug fit glue. Then I'm going to do the same, put E6000 and hot glue and to hook the picture onto these blocks. And I put the picture more up front of the blocks. I wish I would have set it in the center of the block, but it works out. Now I'm going to make a bow. I tore some strips off some red ticking fabric that I have. Now I'm using my little bow dabra, and I'm just going crisscrossing back and forth, deciding the length that I want. Just doing several different layers. Decided I wanted some jute cord in there, so and some twine layers, going back and forth. And then a little bit more ticking. Pushing it all down, then you bring your tie string up and tie it. Then I'm going to tie it in a bow and keep that bow in with the ticking bows. Then I'll just flare it out and fluff it and cut tails where needed, and then I'm going to glue it onto my picture in the top left corner. And off camera, I painted this other little star blue, and now I'm sanding that up too. And I'm just going to glue that right in the middle of the bow there. And I love how this project turned out. I think it is so super cute. And I hope it inspires you to make something similar. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I sure appreciate you watching. Thank you.